Hi guys, today I'm going to be playing Bloodborne. This is Average Joe. I've actually already played through Bloodborne before, but considering it's so close to the new DLC coming out, I've just felt the urge to load it up again. I've just been making my interesting character completely based off a realistic human. So if we just turn him around, we can see the detail is very accurate. We've got a bright red nose that comes out quite far. The glasses in particular have been specially made to suit the overall sort of facial structure. And I was kind of going for a bird theme, I suppose. Yellow fur or feathers. And nice green beard there. Gives a nice overall look, I think. I haven't actually played it since they've updated and fixed all the issues with the loading times, so be interesting to see how much faster it actually is. They didn't have these screens when I first played it as well. The screens that they've had in all the other Souls games, and they decided to leave out in this one, which was always a little bit of a weird choice. Only because weren't as many items.
Good.
Let's go ahead and skip that. I've already seen it quite a few times. I forgot how nice this game actually looks. That you can't get through until later. Yeah. Something that you've got to really appreciate with the Souls series, or I'm guessing you can count this as part of the Souls series, is just the sort of atmosphere they get, even without any music. Well, I guess that's kind of what makes it. I'm just gonna run past him because I know I can't. Well, I can beat him, but it's a little bit of a tricky fight. Luckily, we do get some door animations which help, and so far this hasn't gone quite as I'd planned, but I did manage to make it away from him. So, not a too bad start. Uh-oh. As I said, it has been a while since I played it. I did recently play through Scholar of the First Sin, but might be a bit rusty with this. Well, at least that was more or less the aim of what I had to do. I think that face is generally quite fitting to the overall sort of theme of the game. Really fits it quite well. Alright, almost ran past the weapons there. Now, I started with the Hunter Axe last time. I believe I tried the Threaded Cane a little bit, but I didn't like that too much. I think I'm going to go with the Saw Cleaver. And I've always preferred the Blunderbuss, because the guns don't do a lot of damage anyway, and the Blunderbuss just always felt easier for countering. I always just felt that. I think it's because it has a wider spread of its shooting, so you can actually counter a lot easier. Is this door? No. I can't actually remember. Maybe can you only open it later? It's quite hard to remember. Anyway, now we can actually go back and take on that werewolf, so that's something. I remember when these loads of 40 seconds at a minimum. Every time you died was a real punishment. Knowing from, they actually probably put that in the game as a deliberate punishment for dying. And it was a good start because I didn't actually equip my new weapons. I do really prefer this equip system over the one from any of the Dark Souls or Demon Souls. Well, not too bad. You have to love the dark sense of humour of people in this world. Well, not the real world, the Bloodborne world, or any Souls game. I wonder who's... Oh, there we are. I thought the werewolf would have absorbed my souls there, but made it easier for me anyway. I remember coming out here for the first time. I always get that feeling when you play through a Souls game for the first time, when you're just so uncertain of everything. Not a very nice feeling. Because you fear wherever you're walking. I remember running through and killing these guys with, like, in one hit. Kind of miss it in a way. I can pull that down. Oh! I know it's really divisive in the backstab and how people like it. I didn't actually like it in this. I didn't like the system of having to charge your attack. I always felt that was quite annoying to actually fit into the fighting. I much preferred sort of Dark Souls 1. Very easy to get round the back and stab them, and actually made it so it was quite rewarding as well for utilising it. He went down surprisingly easy. I remember, yeah. Just gotta wait here. Heading over to that gate. That's what you want to open. I really equip my pebbles because they do actually come in really handy around this opening area. Probably one of the hardest starting areas in any of From's well, the Souls games. Now, I would go in here. Not sure I'll be able to take him on. Might be a good laugh. Oh, I got the counter, but oh. It started off well. Really shouldn't go in underestimating the any of these games. Always gets you killed. Did I actually... I did open the gate. Yes, I'm guaranteeing he has now got my souls. Yeah. That's a little unfortunate. I think that's quite annoying in this game is I don't like the everyone, well, every weapon has the same backstab animation. I think it was quite cool when you had unique backstab. I'm really messing up this counter timing. Oh, and when I do actually get it, I don't use it. Well, it wasn't the most graceful kill, but it worked. A win's a win. And yeah, nothing down there. I forgot about that. Reach the special item. Shame that it doesn't actually give you anything for fighting him. I really shouldn't try for that backstab, but it is quite tempting. Yeah, you can do the jumping. I was just trying to remember if you could, and what the, whether it was R2 and forward. No one's actually very nice in this game. I mean, at least in Dark Souls 1 you had Solaire, who was quite friendly. I've myself into a little bit of trouble here. Assuming if you can break through to shield, he yes, takes quite a lot of damage from you afterwards. Never remember these enemies taking this much damage, but I'm guessing at the time they probably actually did.
Lazio, come on. You don't away with it.
I never understood the point of actually sending most of them to the different safe spaces you could actually send them to in the end. The hospital always seemed really evil, but even if you send them to that church, they start disappearing and going everywhere. You get a few rewards, but I never seem to remember it being actually worth it. And of course you get the evil people in Bloodborne, who will try at all costs to kill you. Not like the game's doing that enough. If I remember, as soon as you come up here, I think 2 of them come up from behind? Yeah. Something that would be really cool to see in Bloodborne 2. I think that's been rumoured now, hasn't it? Would be a more elaborate amount of trick weapons, because they are really cool in what they do, but I still feel like in customization options this is nowhere near as strong as well, particularly Dark Souls 2, which actually had in a way too many weapons. But remember that sniper is something you really want to avoid. This is where the pebbles come in really handy. One of those items that you can easily overlook. I think if you stand over here, you can actually get a pebble to throw at the sniper, or just fall down and... maybe not. Maybe I'm just making it up. Oh no, you can. Get him to follow you? I think you can get him to snipe you, which is actually really not too handy. I can get most of the group to come up though, by the looks of it. Don't mind me. Now, any more? Yes, there is. That was unfortunate. Luckily, I managed to recover quite a lot of that health. You can see the dog waiting for us to get the secret attack. And there we go. Hopefully that should lure them out. Yeah, it's definitely one of the hardest sections for a starting area. Just, they throw so many things at you, and taking on this mob for the first time, it's pretty hard. Particularly as you're very new to the game and you don't really have a great idea of all the things. I was going to use the Molotov, but it looks like I can get away without having to use it. So far this is actually going pretty well. I think I'm getting more used to it as I go through the video. That was a massive trick there. Because in any other of the Souls games, you just knew that if you went over to that door, something was going to burst through. But in this one, nothing actually happens. I remember actually, because of this section being so challenging the first time through, I seem to remember actually running out of blood vials, and that just made it a lot more difficult because I had to keep going through, keep on trying to get blood vials right at the start of the game. And this is where you can actually take him on. I remember there being crows around here. Lovely. It's always nice to take note of these little things they leave around. Good items, if I remember correctly. I think you get upgrade. Needless to say, this could have gone better. There we go. Didn't actually mean to use that, but I suppose it was okay. It wasn't as good as I remember. I thought you got your first upgrade, the blood, what are they called in this? The blood crystals? Blood shards? I knew I remembered that being frozen. Probably shouldn't have picked up that oil urn mid-fight. And this is the part where it's coming up to that part that you have to open after going into the sewers. Seem to remember. And the other side is, I think that's the girl who gives you the music box, which really helps with the fight with, I can't remember his name, the second boss. Now, preferably, I didn't want to do that, but it happened, so you've got to make the best of a can't get my words out actually though. Got to make the best out of a bad situation. Luckily they don't seem to have come down. Oh. But that also works in my favour. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, definitely not. You could actually, not that I ever did it in this early on, but when you, when this game first came out, your max storage of items was 100, and now they've upped it to 600, so you could actually almost have an infinite supply of blood vials and quicksilver bullets. If you held on to them. But they've changed that now so that your supply is actually limited until you get to 600, which you probably could by the end of the game if you held on to them. Now, I always think it's not worth even trying to fight the werewolves just yet. That leads to the sewers. Or you can run into the building to fight the werewolves. What's your choices? Yeah, this is the lengthy, well, the only way you can go through the sewers at this point. Let's actually be brave and try this. I'm not sure if I'll use the oil but it's only worth a try. It's a bit of a waste. Oh dear. That was not well timed, and I'll be lucky to actually lose these guys. I can't actually remember how long they track you for now. And I've missed an item over there. That's something. I've seen that. Kind of just hoping they'll leave me alone. Or at least just have one to fight at a time. Like so. And there we go. And no, not quite. Certainly not something to do when you're first coming through here. Probably best to actually circle around into the sewers or run into the building that you can run into on the bridge. It makes things a lot easier. Indeed. If I remember correctly, if I didn't want that to happen. Is he gonna come down? Oh, I can hear it. Is this bad? I'm trying to remember if this is bad. Oh yeah, I remember where this is. This is around the house, which can actually be useful for fighting the werewolves. And at this point, you can get 3 blood souls from the dog. Apart from that one. One of these doors, certainly somewhere around here, which you can talk to someone, if I remember correctly. Somewhere around here. Oh yeah, there it is. Well, I would tell you if I knew, but at the moment I haven't discovered the area, so I can't. I seem to remember that area being fairly tricky. Probably going to go back and get the lamp. I think I should be able to upgrade my weapons. Where's that last dog? Oh, down there. At this point, even 38 souls is worth grabbing. I don't want to really go down there because that's quite a challenge, but I think you can't open this door. I know it is from this side, you can open it. These wheelchair men become pretty late. Ones that have flamethrowers and Gatling guns. Or at least machine guns. Yeah, and it's this doorway that you can use on the bridge to get a sort of advantage on the werewolves. If you run down here, the werewolves can't get through here, and as long as you take out the men, you can stand around here and take out the werewolves relatively easy. Yeah, like I said, just head back for now. I think I should be able to upgrade my weapon. This game teaches that even the most pathetic looking attacks are even quite lethal. That little prod with the flame at this point, very damaging. And this leads back round and makes a shortcut for later. I can't remember when you get the first insight. That might be in sewers again. Is that actually needed now? I can't remember. I think they might have patched that so you don't need that for some of the things that you used to need it for. like multiplayer, you used to need to have 10 insight to use the bell. Oh yeah, now the church is all open. And at least, I think as long as you've had one insight, everything stays about and you can use everything now.
Aha. Well, could I? You should just get, you know.
I've heard all that before. Here we go. I can't remember it actually taking that many shards. I'm not sure. If I stick with a saw cleaver, it would be a good idea to upgrade it now. But in a way, I might save that until I've actually got a weapon that I'm going to stick with, and I know that I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, you can buy the armour, which is slightly different, or you can go into the sewers to get the other armour, which is definitely worth doing. Though what I really want is that insight so I can start levelling up. Load times are still actually quite long. Definitely a lot quicker than they were. Now with everything reset. Now that lift, if I remember correctly, is a shortcut down to the second boss's area. So it's not really worth going through the hassle of that fight with those two just yet. I remember him being quite a good top up on Quicksilver bullets. They are fairly generous with the amount of health they give out on this. I mean, you do need it, so that makes sense. Now I should think the werewolves respawn. Or, yeah they do, but you don't have to lure them now. I do want to make my way into the sewer. So probably I'll have to. Trick is not getting too close because they can still hit you. It means you can save using bullets. And hopefully healing. In my case, I don't seem to have done that very well. Not well at all. I don't know why I used that. I'm not sure I actually had any health there, but I'll go with it. What's up with my timing? It's more like just blind firing at it. Well, got through it. Now, I'm going to make my way into the sewers. Hopefully pick up that armour. Not doing too badly. Got quite a lot of health. Can't remember, does that actually lead to anything? That's just the way out. They give you one chance to have a way out. How nice of them. Oh yeah. Can't believe I actually managed to get that in time. It worked out. Managed to get the majority of my health back as well. This just leads back out, if I think. Yeah, another. Probably actually better to go down the ladder in the first place. That just leads down to where the rats are. That is where the armour is. So you don't really want to leave these guys to come back up to because they are extremely tough. I remember them saying they were going to patch that out. You used to be able to just hit the bodies and you'd get your health back. That's not good. I think they can climb. Definitely some of them can climb. I hope it can climb. I really don't want to fight him down there with all the rats. Or I could do that. That works. I was just going to say, providing he doesn't move. Well, he can't, but... There we go. That saves me a job. Actually, I should probably switch to smaller weapon. And not going too well already. Don't have enough Molotovs just to be throwing them about. actually remember which way leads to the armor, but I remember it's very near an edge. I deliberately leave it near an edge if I remember. What is From's fascination with rats? They love putting rats in their games. I think you can fall down there, and that's just sort of that death pit of 6 rats or so. Okay, that worked. Yeah. Ah, forgot he was there. That didn't look like that would work, but I'm glad it did. I don't want to take any chance of this guy. So close to the armor. I've got quite a few souls for this point. Oh wait. Yeah, you can. Well, I don't think it's... If you want to get back up, the easiest route is over there. There are some things up... Yeah, you can drop down. Just trying to remember where the Madman's Insight is. I think... Or is it Madman's Knowledge? It gives you the insight. Yeah, I can fall down there. I don't think there's anything else up here. No. I do like doing these sort of areas where you're stuck and then you have to make your way through. Eventually leading to that shortcut, but you just know the first time through you're probably gonna die. That was yeah, I was pretty lucky. Did think I wasn't gonna be safe with that fall. Oh. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, these weird floor monsters. Best way to describe them. Take a lot of hits, but aren't too challenging to fight. I seem to remember them giving more souls. I think they got old hunter's mark. I think that's what they're good for. Repeatedly killing. Really should have put that new arm. You were forgetting to equip them. Really locked on. I think that's... Oh no, there's one. That's clean. I think they've changed that so they don't give out as many old hunters marks. Not that defense actually makes much of a difference in this game, but at least it looks cool. Kind of covers up my face, although you can still see my nose through it, which is looking pretty cool. Yeah. There we go. That's a nice close-up of it, actually. A nice sort of sweaty example. Yeah, let's get out of here for the time being. Use the new armor set. Yeah, I've been pretty terrible at remembering to use all this stuff. There we go, there's that madman's knowledge. That door, I think you're safe to use it. Well, knock on it.
Wretched and trying to fool me, heavens.
I think this is the opportunity you have of a backstab. There we go. Not the best reward, but at least you get the shortcut. Well, more or less shortcut. And this should be, yeah, the girl with the music box.
It's so if you find it plays and everyone dead monsters.
Yeah. That worked? This isn't ideal, but see how that works. Didn't go too badly. I don't know why, I'm feeling more powerful, but it's only been a change of armour. It does seem to, maybe I lied, it does seem to make a big difference actually. Now I can head back to the Hunter's Dream and actually start levelling up, which is good because I've got quite a few souls. Oh, I thought I was alive there for a second. Right, back to the Hunter's Dream. And now please, I think I might have done this wrong. Exit again to get I'm alive, I think. Yeah, well that was a waste of around 20 seconds. I've heard people saying that you can increase the load times by a few seconds by putting in an SSD. hard drive, but I think I've seen the charts and people have said you get a few seconds improvements. Just a shame they can never actually get to 60 frames and have good load times. I mean, I know it's hard when games look this good. Be cool though. Right, now the doll should come to life, and that should allow us to level up. After this load. Yeah, there we go.
Hello, I, honor, and I, you will twin.
Yada yada yada.
Very well, let me.
Now, I don't have a particular character in mind, but health and endurance are always handy. Have some strength, why not? Not too bothered about skill. I think I might go for the Kirk hammer. Can't remember how much skill points you need to actually wield that, but we'll see. Don't really need to buy any potions, so don't feel too bad if I spend all these points. Yeah, that'll do.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find.
Alright. I could level up my weapon. How many shards do I have? No, I still only have 4. I think I'll wait until I get a weapon I know I'm going to stick with. Probably the Kirk hammer. And I played through with Ludwig's on one of my runs, and another I used, it was in New Game Plus, I used the Shikage, I think it's called. The blood katana. That was a pretty cool weapon. Thanks for the advice. I never actually used it. I read about it afterwards, because when I was playing through the game, there wasn't that much advice actually going about with it, because it was so new out. Obviously now there's a lot more, so already not doing great. Yeah, I never actually got around to using the music box on him. I actually just fought him normally. But I'm going to take on the cleric beast first, just because that'll give me access to some new weapons. Which I think I need to go to the bridge. I do really need to finish up what I started in the sewer. Hopefully, I know I will have to. Actually, why am I taking this route? I think I can just drop down here. I don't know why I was taking the long route. Oh? Oh. Well, I've never seen this before. I managed to get out of it. Come down here. The question is, who let the dogs out? And why did they let them out? Maybe that was a bit of the lore behind this game. Be a bit rubbish, wouldn't it? But well, I'm going a very different way into the sewers. I'm trying to remember actually. Oh, I didn't want to fight you. But it went fine, so can't really complain. Yeah. Now you can drop down around here. And that leads to a few more items if I remember. And that saves an annoying fight. Here's the higher up layer. Yeah, you can go and see... Oh, I can't remember her name. The Crow Woman. Starts off her quest line. Actually, got to use all my extra blood souls. I'm forgetting to use things. Too late on that. And pop. Really looking forward to actually a lot of what the DLC's bringing into it. That sword, bow and arrow looked really cool. I think they said they're actually bringing in a useful shield now. A sword and shield combo. It's a trick weapon. Not sure how that's entirely going to work, but it'll be really cool. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, kid? Prepare.
I forgot she gave you those.
What?
Just whiz through the conversations. Now, I remember when I knocked these down, I actually fell down, which wasn't great. That was better. Yeah, I actually fell down onto one of the other layers and barely lived. I think you have to fight some rats while you're down there. Take a step forward. I don't really want to. There we go. I think that's all that there is up here. Now you can just drop down onto some of these other ledges to get some of the items on there. Didn't actually need to take that drop damage, but it was way quicker than taking the stairs. Or that leads out to another area of the sewers, I think. This door here. You can hear the rats or whatever they are down there. Yeah. Really don't want to be fighting while I'm getting sniped by that guy. Kind of decided to save a bit of my ammo there. I didn't want to use it all. Well, I still have 15 bullets here, but I'll probably get, probably get quite a few from these guys. I probably could have used them. It's quite funny how much powerful you actually feel just after a few levels up. You wouldn't think it would make much difference, but it definitely does. I think if you go down that way, it leads back to where that pig is. They weren't holding any items. I don't actually know what these drop. I don't remember what they drop. Might be pebbles. Again, never underestimate the pebbles. Come in very handy. More oil urns. Must be really hard trying to remember. Playing Scholar was the first sin. It's hard to remember a lot of the boss, like unique strategies and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I'll drop down now. Which side? I have to do it twice, but I can't remember which side holds the better thing. Let's go this side. Ah, yeah, the saw spear. As far as I remember, that's very similar to the saw cleaver. Yeah, but scales more with skill. It's weaker, so not really worth equipping. My scaling can't bring up because I'm not going for a more quality build. Can't remember what you get on that side. Oh yeah, I seem to remember there being quite good down here. Oh, I think that's where I found my first Madman's Knowledge. That's why I remember it being good, because then I could finally level up. That leads back to the floor of cooling men. There's no better way to describe it. Yeah, it does look like the old walls from Dark Souls 2. Yeah, can't be fooled. I never actually found them too bad. I think that's the area with the pig. Making sure that was everything down here. I think it was. Apart from the fact that I've got to do that drop again to get the item on the other side. I don't remember what it is, so it can't have been that good. Saying that, it's probably something really useful. But I just really felt like throwing Molotov in there. really noticed that increase in endurance. Maybe I'm getting one more hit. I mean, you don't really start noticing it until you get into the sort of 20s with it anyway, but something I've always actually found quite strange in Bloodborne is why the health bar and stamina bar look so much smaller than they do in the other games. Maybe they just felt... I think you can actually make the HUD a bit bigger, but it's weird how they decided to make that just naturally smaller than this. That leads back to... I can't remember where this leads back to. Or is this just another secret path that I'm not remembering? Seems to be happening a lot. Oh, here's the pig. Okay, so I was sort of heading in the right direction. Now, around his areas where you can get another one of the badges and you can buy all the starting weapons again. Like Pokemon in a way. You have to choose the weapons. And this is the bridge that leads to Father Gascoigne, I seem to remember. Which is not the fight I want to do yet. Do you remember, wasn't it quite a common thing that people are going into Gascoigne first by accident? The first boss. Annoying I missed that. Now I've got to take on two of them at the same time. Thank you, invincibility frames. That worked out pretty nicely. I remember those ones giving you shining coins before. I don't just remember them always giving you blood vials. I remember those two were quite good to farm for blood vials. Maybe they changed the drop rate or what they drop a bit. So I think they used to give you like 3 to 4 on each drop. Let's just go back here. We can get that other item from the other side. Oh yeah, that is quite good. Wish I knew what weapon I was gonna go and stick with. Yeah, this just leads back down. What was that message saying? I used to prefer the old messaging system. Oh, I didn't get that drop in the little wooden plank there. Probably more effort than it's worth. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think I've been down this way, have I? Oh no, no I have. That was the one I just did. And this leads back up to... Did I come back up this? No, I didn't come back up this way. Now I can take the elevator down across the bridge, which will allow me to take out the pig. Where do you fight the cleric beast? Can't remember. Worth fighting them. The backstabs are still really cool on this one, but it's so hard to fit in. I mean, particularly like on bosses, it feels virtually impossible unless you've got a second player to help you. I didn't actually get that item there. Not the best, but quite cool. What am I meant to be doing? Getting a bit daring here. They're alright. I hate the way they get 2 attacks in straight at the start. Make them quite damaging. I can't remember, did I actually take out the werewolves this time? Oh. Did I come back here? Is there an item back here? Yeah, there's an item back here. Perhaps not. Oh, is it? It's just down this bridge where the cleric beast is, I think. Now I've got these guys. They know this trick by now. Come on. Yeah. Oh, it's not letting me get these counters on them. On him. See, like the angle of how they're standing. Definitely a lot easier by using that door trick. It's not the crows. I don't know why I just used that. Yeah, this is the cleric. Yes. Well, looks nice and peaceful at the moment. Far, not too good. I don't remember if you can counter this guy. Oh, here we go. He's just one where you have to damage his legs until he falls down. That was close. Now he's angry. Great as this boss looks, his fur does make everything quite hard to see when the camera's really close to him. But if I could get a counter, well, not counter, the visceral attack, finish him off, but I'm sure I'm going to get the opportunity. There we go. And that should give me the option to now buy the Ludwig's and Kirkhammer, I think. Which is cool. And he gave me a couple of insight. Not that they're too useful at this point. Just going to go back, level up a little bit, then probably try and take on Father Gascoigne.
Welcome. What is it?
Actually, before I do that, I've got the blood Jews to use. I'll use all the little ones. Save a couple of ones just in case.
Very well. Let me.
I'm going to go for a fairly round upgrade. Maybe a bit more endurance just so I can start noticing that more.
Farewell, good.
Yeah. Do have 8, but it's really just hold on to them. Don't know why in this one they changed the jump mechanic back to running, and then you have to press circle while running. I much preferred the running and press L3 that they implemented into Dark Souls 2. Thought that was a much better system. It just means you can actually jump more accurately. Oh, went to the wrong one. I meant to go to the other one, but it shouldn't take too long to fight my way back. I'll look onto him. There we go. Where he's walking off though. Can't beat that animation. Oh, I'm not fighting those werewolves again. And I can actually finally fight that pig as well. Oh, I meant to look in the shop, because then they should start selling the weapons, and I could have actually started upgrading one. Forgetting to do things. Right. I think I've got enough. I think well, I've got some more cold blood Jews to top them up if I need them anyway. But that should be enough to buy at least the Kirkhammer or the Ludwigs. I think you can get the Ludwigs from here. But considering I played with that through last time, I'll probably give the Kirkhammer a go. Okay, so yeah, I'll just use one of the cold Jew bloods. Hello again, Erdman. Erdman? I don't know how to say that. Right, that just gave me enough. Yep, there we go. The thing I really like about the Kirkhammer, just generally, you can go from being a really fast sword weapon to being a really powerful hammer weapon. It's really quite cool. I really want to get that next upgrade. I'm going to use all of these. Definitely worth it though. Shame I don't have any gems at this point. I don't think they give you gems for a while. There we go. Better equipped. Yeah, go to Central Yarn now. I think that's where I went wrong last time. I went to the Great Bridge. That's why I had to do that backtracking. But this should be quicker. And I can finally fight the pig and also challenge Gascoigne. If I remember, the way to fight Gascoigne's quite challenging. You have the boulder on the bridge that can catch you out. that wasn't so perfect. But just flatten him with a hammer. And without the optional areas in this game, it's actually really short. Yeah, the thing about this fight is you don't have to do it, do you? You can just squeeze around to get them to trigger that and get most of them killed. If I could actually hit him, that would be nice. That wasn't really fair. Don't know why I did 3 hits there. It's quite clear that you didn't need it. Probably put onto the fast equip the music box. Hopefully I'm not going to need anything else for that. I remember these guys being quite challenging, but I think you can get a backstab on one of them. Or just that. That also works. Just swinging the hammer. That does the trick. And building up. I think you need, what was it, 8? I don't really want to join his party. Yep, just need to get ready to use that. Did I fit it in? I'm not sure if I did. I seem to remember when I first fought him, I tried to get him caught on the trees to make him a little bit easier. Also, that does a nice load of damage.
What's that smell? The sweet blood.
There we go.
Oh, it seems to me it's enough to make a man sick.
Oh, that was nice. Now we go into this phase. Why is using another field? Getting a bit pummeled here. Ah. He's firing like a madman here now. No! Oh. I was very close, sort of. Should be able to beat him next time. hopefully. I can't remember. I don't think you can use a music box at that point in the fight. I don't think it has an effect on him, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Does it stun him while he's in his werewolf form? That's the thing. Or whatever you want to call it. What looks like a werewolf form. Can't do all the countering. Good top up on the blood vials. I just got through quite quickly in that fight. Here's another from thing, waiting for a lift. They make him quite a bit faster in this game if I remember. Some of the ones in Dark Souls 2 are incredibly slow. Oh no. I wasn't about to come down. Ah, that's what I needed. Oh no. Well, at least I only threw away around 2,000 blood souls. Remember that black church garb actually being really good as an all-round piece of armour? Like one of the best pieces of armour all round. Quite lazy of fighting these guys, and it's not doing me any favours. As is always the case with any Souls game. The more and more you do it, the less you put sort of effort into it, and then the more you die. I never fought the pig. Maybe I should go and do that. First, waiting for the lift. Yeah, and it's the other side. There's another ladder down. Right, this time try and get out of the way of that. I didn't actually kill too many of them by the looks of it. Is it quite a few? No, killed none of them. Perfect. Really, probably in a way. Where did he come from? hopefully it won't lock onto the wrong enemy. Yeah, it should be... There it is, there's the ladder down. I think there's a few items that are worth picking up down here as well. This animation always looks quite disturbing. Not sure what From were really going for with that. Yeah, that was definitely worth coming down for. Hopefully I can beat Gascoigne this time. After this incredibly long ladder. You don't want to get impatient with these guys, you just want to take one out as soon as possible and then fight the other one in your own time. Being impatient to get you killed before you even get into the boss fight. Well, got a good stock of health and bullets. Nightmare fog indeed. Wish I had his plunger. A lot more damage than mine. It looks a lot cooler as well. I'll just wait here. Well, got a little bit ambitious there, trying to fit in a full. I'll just keep using it. And turn into that early. It wasn't really my intention. That's just what happened. And there we go. There's a stun. Amazing beast form. If I can take it out of the way. Attack him with that stun, just wanted to change. I don't know why I just used another potion there. have limited uses of it. I've just missed that counter, which is annoying. And that one. And that one. The counters in a row. Fast. Oh god. My bullet. Ah, that's that was unbelievably close. I'm not really proud of that play, but a win's a win. Even if it was terrible. Now, you can get the mum's necklace from up here, but there's a choice. You can give it to the girl, which if I remember just makes her cry. It's kind of pointless. Or you can actually use it and get a gem upgrade, which is third, really. Can't remember what it does, but Doll has decided to move. I've got quite a lot of blood vials stored. Just buy those to keep in storage for now. The hand lantern's actually really useful. I didn't realise until after I'd completely finished the game that it actually drains your stamina to use it. Yeah, there we go, every item's been unlocked now. I don't know what you can actually buy at this point. Oh yeah, Gascoigne's armour. Just because I fought him. Can't actually put the gem on the weapon yet, but I think you get that equipment fairly soon. those up? Or could I only pick those up now that I killed Gascoigne? I remember. Where's the doll gone to? Yeah, she's up here.
Welcome. What is it? Very well, let me.
Yeah, that weird thing that you can't use your souls near her.
Well, what is it? Very well, let me.
Still not enough. Just open that gate after Gascoigne. I don't remember when you can actually start putting gems on your weapons. I think you have to do one of the side routes to get it. First chest of the game. Oh, there we go. No, I think it's the new sort of ring system that requires you to do a side quest where you have to fight a witch-like boss. And this is one of the well, what I think is the better place to send people.
Very good. He's right. Yeah, I can't help it.
There we go. I'll just go and quickly fight something. Don't want to get caught. I'm not sure if that bag monster is there yet. I don't want to get caught into that. I'll have to. What do they give you? Get a couple of those, that should be enough. No, it's just crows at the moment. Moles. Well, they do drop pebbles. I thought that was what they dropped. And another madman's knowledge. Well, I do have enough points to level up now. I think this is to get the incredibly pointless shield. I need to remember these guys killing me quite a few times. There we go. Don't think I ever actually tried too much to use the shield. Not that it's really worth it in this game, but this is a nice little in-joke. Let's return and see what that gem does. And also level up.
What? Very well, let me...
Does have quite a lot of damage, but I should probably equal out my health now.
Farewell.
Yeah, that's a nice upgrade. It doesn't really do much at this point, but definitely worth it.
This
Huh, the wheel. Really interesting weapon, hard to use. Oh no, I did already talk to those. Right, well, I think I'm gonna stop this episode here. If you've liked, well, please subscribe and stay tuned. I'll try and fit in more Let's Plays of Bloodborne, and I'll see you next time.